Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. I've been doing this for 51 years. I worked at IRS for 10. I've worked thousands of cases. I am a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I have a boutique firm. I've handpicked former IRS agents and attorneys throughout the country, and we are designed to be a first-class resolution company. I've been on all the major news stations. You can check out my website at 777irs.com. Being a former revenue officer and collecting debts for IRS, there is no more deadly letter than the CP 504, and that's what I want to address to you today. If you have an unpaid tax liability, the CP 504 sets in motion a whole series of things that aren't going to be pleasant. After this notice, IRS can go ahead and file a lien right now on you. You can potentially lose your passport. Once your lien's filed, it gives IRS the right to take your passport. If you owe over $59,000, I don't want to scare you to death, but that's what they do. IRS will send out a bank levy to where you bank at. And more important, they'll send a wage garnishment levy to where you work. And that's no fun because it lets your employer know you owe back taxes. So that's at least the destructive quality of the 504. But you know, what's the good news on it? Well, the good news on it is you can call IRS and you can go ahead and kind of stop all this. That's all that's required. But the problem that people have is they make that call to stop the action because they make this knee-jerk reaction. They don't know what's going to happen on the other side of that call. And those are the people that used to call me and say, hey, I got this 504 notice. I don't want the levy and the wage garnishment and the lien. And I says, well, okay. I says, but, you know, what are you going to do? What's your exit strategy? And well, what do you mean my exit strategy? Well, IRS is going to want a financial statement on you, a 433F if it's at the service center, or a 433A if a revenue officer has the case. If they get that notice, what they're going to do is they're going to see how they can collect the money. When they look at that financial statement, they'll either put you into a currently non-collectible, which is a hardship for a couple years, or they'll put you in a payment agreement, or they'll let you know, hey, you could consider filing an offer in compromise. Most people don't know what to do, anything about the financial statement and what that's like. So when I get that financial statement, I'm looking at two things as a former agent. I'm looking at how I can collect the money from your assets, and if I can't get it there, I'm going to try to get a large payment agreement from you, because I'm going to look at your income and I'm going to look at your expenses. But what you don't know is that IRS has a series of fixed expenses depending on where you live and how many people are in your family that they're going to allow. For instance, where I live, they allow $1,800 a month to live. Food, for rent, utilities, all that, and I live in a very nice area. So I just want to tell you that unless you know the IRS National Standards Protocol, you're going to be walking into a buzzsaw. If you don't owe a lot of money, you know, pick up the phone and call them yourself to stop all this. If you owe a larger sum of money and you're making decent income and you have some assets, you don't want to do this on your own. But that's up to you. I'm just trying to tell you the fact. That financial statement determines what IRS is going to do with you and how easy or hard that they're going to make your life. Make sure all your tax returns are filed. If you need me, you know where to get a hold of me. I don't do a lot of blah stuff on me. Look at my website. I've been on all the major news stations. Anyway, thank you so much. Give me a subscription. I always appreciate them. Best of luck. Thank you.